There are only 5 key areas that you need to focus on in order to increase the amount of customers you have, increase your revenue, and how to generate profits. Unfortunately, most or a lot of business owners don't know what these 5 areas are, or don't go about it in the right way. Therefore, their business doesn't grow in the way that it could do. So I'm just going to explain to you how it works, and you can apply these strategies and this model to your business. So grab a pen and paper if you haven't got one already, and start taking notes, because what I'm just about to share with you could have a huge difference to your customers, your revenue, and your bottom line profits. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. So the 5 ways. We refer to this system as the 5 ways because there are 5 key areas to work on. We start with leads. All companies need leads. So how people will inquire into your business, whether they phone you, whether they walk into your shop, whether they email you or contact you through your website. So however you generate leads for your business, we need to increase the amounts that we do in that area. So we generate leads. Once you've generated leads, we don't want to be burning those leads. We need to convert those into paying customers. So we need to times those by our conversion rate. If you times the leads by the conversion rate, you get total number of customers. With those customers, we don't just want to see them once and never to be seen again. We want them coming back as many times as we can over the space of 12 months. And each time they visit your business, we want them to spend as much as possible each time. So you times that by your average order value. If you times these 3 things together, your customers, repeat business, and average order value, you get your revenue or sales, however you like to call it. With those sales, obviously there's a margin to take out of that. You've got all your fixed costs and your variable costs to take out of that. So we times that by the margins, which leaves us bottom line profit. Now, quick question for you. Why do you think customers' revenue and profit are in red? Most important? If you said most important, I'm afraid you'd be slightly wrong, because what's the mathematical sign in front of each one of those? It's an equal sign, so they're outcomes of other areas, the 5 other areas. Okay, so I'm just going to put some numbers in here, but just to explain which order you would start working on these strategies. Most people think, I just need to generate more leads. Unfortunately, that tends to be the area that costs you money. So that's actually the last area we focus on. So in order of priority, this is how you focus on it. So first of all, margins. If you're selling a product and you don't know whether you're making money out of that product or not, and you just increase the amount of sales, you could go bust quicker. So if you're not making money, so we go for the profitable sort of products and services you offer, amongst many other things. So secondly, conversion rate. So we can work on conversion rate strategies which don't tend to cost anything or very little. And then third of all, average order value, so strategies to increase the amount of money people spend each time, so using promotions, etc. And then we want them coming back. So if we've got an existing database, you may have an existing database already that you're not using, or not using to its best effect. So we can then try and get existing customers coming back more. And finally, if we still need new leads, then we focus on leads last of all. So just to make this a bit more realistic, I'm going to put some numbers in here just to show you how it works. What I'd like you to do as an exercise is to get your numbers into this, because these are fictitious numbers, but it will mean a lot more for you, and you'll get a lot more value if you work out what your numbers are. So that's a challenge in itself for most people, or for a lot of people. Right, so for this fictitious company, we have 4,000 leads, so 4,000 customers inquire into this business, and on the whole, about 25% of those will buy. So the mathematicians of you should be able to work this one out. That gives you 1,000 customers, and then with those 1,000 customers, we want them to come back many times, but in this case, just twice. And with these companies, these customers, they spend £100, which you other mathematicians out there, I'm sure this one's fairly easy too. Gives you a bottom line, gives you revenue of 200 grand at the end of the year. Let's say they've got margins of 25%, just for the ease of maths. Then you should be able to do this sum as well. Gives this company a nice bottom line profit of 50 grand. So 200 grand turnover, 50 grand profit. A lot of companies will be, fairly happy with 25% margin. Anyway, but we're not going to settle for that. The first step for you is to work out what your numbers are, and then you can do what I'm just about to do here. So we've got about 70 odd strategies, lead generation strategies, about 80 odd conversion rate strategies, 51 repeat business strategies, 53 average order value strategies, and about 70 odd margin strategies to increase your profits. All we need to do is apply a handful of those strategies that are relevant for your business into each one of these areas. And I'm not going to say we're going to double them or anything mad like that, but just to be quite conservative, just going to, how about maybe a 10% increase in each area? So not going mad, but just doing a 10% in each one of these areas just to see how it multiplies out at the end. You'd be quite surprised. So anyway, so let's apply some new lead generation strategies. So maybe some Google AdWords, maybe we get a referral system in place, some good strategic partners, networking, whatever works for you and your business, and we start doing those a bit better. 10% on that, another 400 leads at the end of the year. So conversion rate strategies, if you don't have a guarantee for your business or USPs, or your sales team aren't trained, then applying a few of those strategies could in itself give you an extra 10%. So 25%, adding 10% on there doesn't go up a great deal, just to 27.5%. But what you'll see is that then gives you an extra 210 customers a year. And if we can start using our database and communicating with them, getting people coming back. Did you know we do this service, that service? Some of your customers might not know that you do other things until they find out from others. So 10% on that just goes to 2.2. Times that, by another 10% on there, so goes to £110. So even if you increased your prices by 10%, which you may not be able to do, that could do that. But to build some perceived value, promotions or bundled offers, a whole bunch of other 50 odd different strategies you can choose from to get your 10% in that area. But this is where the fun starts happening. So your 200 grand then goes to 292,820, and that's a 46% increase in revenue just by doing a few things in these four areas here. But obviously we're going to do some work on margins as well. So if we've increased our prices, or if our turnover's gone up by 46% anyway, assuming you're making a profit before, you're probably already going to see an improvement in your margins. So again, another 10% on that goes to 27.5%. But what you'll see here is that your 50 grand then goes to £80,525.50, which is a 61% increase in your bottom line profits. Now, and it might not seem big numbers here, pretty impressive as a percentage though, and you may be able to increase certain areas more or some maybe less, depending on what you do. But your exercise now is to do this for your business, work out your numbers, do a 10% increase and see what happens in your situation. Anyway, so I've got something else to share with you now. This is great, and hopefully you'll go away and do this work, but we've got a workshop coming up and I'd like to invite you to it. And if you were to come to that, or when you come to that, you'll learn all these strategies. You'll get a list of all these strategies. You'll be working in tables, and at the end of that morning session, you'll go away with all the strategies you need in your areas, with me helping you and coaching you, walking around the tables, asking any questions that you may have, and you'll be with other like-minded local business owners who you may be able to learn off as well. So all I need you to do is first of all do your numbers, and then below this video you'll see a link or a box, a button. Press the button, book yourself on, and we'd love to see you at the workshop. Hope you found that interesting. Good luck with the application of this, and I'll see you soon.